Hello and welcome to our
Third podcast?
Third episode of the podcast. And as soon as I can get out here, all right. So to start, I want to start us off with some automotive news. Talk about the McLaren has kind of been without a one car since the P1. And I mean the P1 is a high-tech track. I mean, it's a track-devouring successor to the 1990s era F1 supercar, which is really cool. And you know, that left production a few years ago. But that changes very soon because McLaren has announced October 6th, which I believe is Sunday, they are going to be releasing a new one car, which will be called the W1. And it's really a unique vehicle. I believe it's Michael Leaders, which is the McLaren CEO, he said something along the lines that the McLaren W1 is defined by real supercar principles and is the ultimate expression of a McLaren supercar. So I think that's pretty cool. You know, they're born with a very rich history in the racing world and all of that kind of stuff. So I think that's very unique, and I think it's going to be very worthy of the name, the one name, the W1. Looking at the concept for it and the designs that have been kind of leaked, that they showed and teased, were really cool, and they look awesome. We'll try to put one up for you guys to look at. They're really unique cars, so hopefully October 6th, I guess we'll find out then what it truly is going to look like, and we'll see all of the reviews and driving capabilities and things of that nature, and we'll be able to talk about it next week or later on in the podcast and kind of review it and go further into it. I think it's really cool that McLaren is finally bringing back the 1 Series, and they're really trying to build it up and make this series really strong. So, I mean, unfortunately, there's not too much new with the W1 from what I'm aware of with the F1 and the P1. I think the main thing that may be new would be not just some of the power in the engine, but also some of the unique features are the design of like the shapes of the car. Obviously, it's going to be shaped and designed a little bit differently, but the wing on the back, I think that's going to play a big difference in the racing world of how well it can push down on the car and keep the stability and help it to be able to take corners and things like that, whether it will have some oversteer or understeer. I think that's what's going to make the big difference between this W1 versus the P1 versus the former F1. So I think it'd be really neat to see this, and I can't wait to see it October 6th. So
comes
that'll
out
be really
October
cool.
6th?
Yeah, like this Sunday. That's going to be really cool. I'm very excited to see that. So hopefully we'll get to talk about it next week. Until then, let's hit some intro music, and we'll come back with some tunes, and we went on a little road trip that we'd like to discuss with you guys and talk about.
Try some new food.
Yeah.
And saw some nice cars.
So let's hit some intro music.
So guys, we went to DC this Saturday. Me, Scott, and our friend Tyler went to go see the Washington. It's mainly just the Washington Monument, the White House, Lincoln Memorial. On the way there, we saw some nice cars, a couple Porsches. What else did we see?
I don't know. We saw quite a few cars up there. We saw some Challengers.
Oh, yeah.
They were really cool.
What was that Nissan car that we saw? That Nissan.
While we were there?
Yeah,
I believe it was a 280Z that we saw.
Yeah.
There were several Nissans, but that one was what was really unique.
Have a couple pictures for y'all guys. We showed like right down in the corner. And then we also saw 2 Ferraris. I don't know what they was, but
I have no idea.
They was nice.
They were extremely
It was really nice.
Yeah, the one was blue, and it was convertible, and then the other was a red. The blue, I don't remember what types they were. as soon as we look at the pictures, I'll be able to tell you. I just can't remember off the top of my head. We'll put some pictures up for you guys to see. And you can also go to our Instagram and check it out, Auto Eats Beats. And we'll post pictures there too. And yeah.
And all the way there, listen to some Aretha Franklin, some Frank Sinatra.
We listened to a lot of Frank Sinatra because last week
I was listening to a lot of Frank Sinatra, watching The Sopranos and Irishman. I did watch The Irishman.
Yes, finally.
Hey, I finally watched it, but like I didn't finish it. But, like I got like probably like 2/3 of the way in. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
But yeah, the music was really fun. Oh, yeah. That was a lot of fun.
I feel like the music really made like the trip even more seem like way a lot faster than when it was.
Yeah. On the way back, we listened to a lot of my favorite genre, which is Memphis soul. We listened, you mentioned Aretha Franklin. We listened to Respect by Aretha Franklin, which was so much fun. But we also listened to the Staple Singers and Sam and Dave and some Otis Redding even. We listened quite a bit, and Caleb and I tried to get our buddy Tyler a little cultured in the way of music.
Since he just
doesn't
know
any of that. Yeah, it was nice getting him to listen to some Frank Sinatra. We listened to what did we listen to? My Way, because you talked about that.
That's like one of my favorites.
We talked about. I think we listened to Fly Me to the Moon.
Yep,
wonderful song.
Great movie. I mean, not a great movie, but it's a great song.
Great song. Movie. Yeah. I mean, we had so much fun with the music. And also, while we were in D.C., they had a couple different concerts and some festivals and stuff that were going on. Because I know,
I think it was a lot.
When we were going, and Tyler was asking if that was a plane when they were testing the speakers.
Some loud speakers.
They had a lot of music up there. It was a lot of fun. It was a great trip.
They had a lot of food trucks, ice cream trucks.
Oh my gosh,
the food was phenomenal.
What did you have for
I had
lunch?
a Philly cheesesteak. Okay. That was great.
I ended up having the lamb gyro, which was phenomenal. The fries, I've gotta say, the fries were probably the best thing that were there. Oh my, I feel like
Philly cheesesteak was the best thing more than the fries.
Oh man, I really like the fries a lot.
Wish we could have some salt on them. I wish they had salt there.
What else did we? Oh yeah, we each went to and got some ice cream. Y'all got.
I got a pineapple smoothie.
Smoothies. Yeah, I ended up getting a Coca-Cola float. Phenomenal.
I think Tyler got a strawberry banana smoothie.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, all the food was great there.
Great. Highly recommend it. We'll try to put up. Maybe we'll do a couple of shorts and do some reviews on the food that we had. It was pretty great.
They cost like $22 though for a Philly cheesesteak and a small fry though.
Now, I don't know about that. Mine was not that expensive.
Mine was $25.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, my food was not that expensive.
But overall, I give my food like a 8 out of 10. Like it was good. It was great. I just wish my fries had some salt.
Okay. I like the low sodium fries, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I would probably give my food, I'd probably give it like a 7.5 out of 10. Nothing too crazy, but nothing too low, because it was really, really good. But yeah.
The food trucks are good. I feel like there was just a lot of food trucks on every corner.
Oh yeah, everywhere.
Every corner
all the way around there was food trucks. There were also, I don't know if you noticed, but when we were walking back to the parking garage, there were a ton of like true classic bakeries. Oh yeah. There were a couple chocolate shops.
I think we walked into one accidentally because we was looking for a bathroom. We walked into one bakery.
Unfortunately, the chocolate shops were closed. I was a little upset about that because there was one on the way in that I was like, oh my gosh, we've got to go in there.
I'm not really a fan of chocolate.
I love chocolate, man.
What's your favorite chocolate? You like World's Finest chocolate, Hershey's Kiss? Like, what we talking?
I don't know.
Snickers, Butterfingers, Kit Kats, Reese's. Hey, man, I can keep naming these things, man.
I don't know. What's the, I don't remember the brand, but I like it's dark chocolate. And it's like sea salt and caramel, dark chocolate, and it's phenomenal. Yeah,
I ain't never heard of that.
They have a dark chocolate sea salt, and then they have a dark chocolate caramel, and it's phenomenal. For whatever reason, I cannot think of the brand.
I've never heard of dark chocolate caramel.
Oh my gosh, caramel? What?
I mean, I heard of like caramel, like dark chocolate caramel, like.
Oh, it's the best. It's so great. You're combining.
You talking about the Milky Way?
The best things. No. It's it's little chocolate squares. I don't know. I don't know what it's called.
I mean, we got Three Musketeers. We got the Crunch.
I like Twix. I think
Twix are good.
Twix
are good.
I like eating Butterfingers with my grandpa back home when he and I will sit and eat Butterfingers, and that's pretty fun. I don't know. My other grandparents always have these little. They're little round chocolates. They're a little larger than like a Rolo, and they're individually wrapped.
Then we have our conversation.
Gosh, they're phenomenal.
I remember we had a little argument on the way home from DC talking about like sushi. Was it sushi or Chinese food? Like we was talking about something.
Oh yeah. We were talking about sushi because Tyler said that he didn't like. There was some kind of Asian food. I said that I liked Italian food better
than
Asian food, and that started a big hoorah. But,
I don't even know how I got into it. I was just there, so I just started instigating.
Yeah, you did. But I don't know. Because I told him that I didn't care for the California sushi and American sushi. That I liked real sushi with like the raw fish. And he was like, "What? That's not even real sushi." And then that's when we got into a little argument. But no, I still think the Italian food is phenomenal. I mean, come on. You can't beat pasta and the pizzas that they had.
I never had like a Italian pizza like
oh my gosh, they're phenomenal, man. So great, especially since they're like personal sized. If you had not like had an Italian pizza, okay, go get an Italian pizza, peoples. You have to. They're phenomenal.
I need to go to Italy to get a real Italian pizza.
Okay.
Here's
the biggest debate when it comes to pizza. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Yes, like
of course. I don't have any problem with it. I don't care
what anybody says. Pineapple belongs on pizza.
It's so good, especially like a Hawaiian pizza.
It got a little sweet taste to it.
Oh my gosh! You put some barbecue sauce instead of tomato sauce, and you have like one of your Hawaiian pizzas. That's like the best.
All people need to try a chicken Alfredo sauce pizza with pineapples, beef and pineapple.
Ooh, that sounds good. I don't think I've ever had.
We need to Domino's. I get mine from Domino's. We need to go to Domino's one day here.
Okay.
We need to do a little review on that.
Yes, that sounds phenomenal. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna put you on.
That's me. We just ate, and that's making me hungry now.
Hey, I just had chicken quesadilla. That chicken quesadilla was actually good today from T.I. because T.I. really doesn't like.
Well, they spent forever making it, so I hope it would be.
They actually put seasoning on it. I hope nobody from T.I. sees this. Your food is always good. Your food is always good, I promise.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though, my car hasn't been working that much. Like, I guess I used all my meal swipes on one day accidentally.
Oh my goodness.
I was really kind of upset. I forgot I had breakfast that morning. I was wondering why my car wasn't working. I was like, dang. How many meal swipes do we even get, like, per day?
I don't know.
I think Tyler told me it's like 6.
I think it depends on like which plan you have.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, back to DC and the food there. The food was phenomenal. There were so many choices. Okay, so this is something, if you've never been to Washington, D.C., you've got to understand that while this is the capital of the United States and, America, right, there are so many different cultures that are, like, right there. And it's very evident, and you can see it all just by walking up and down because the amount of different types of food we saw was ridiculous.
You had your American food.
I mean, they had American. Eastern. They had obviously I had the Greek.
Yeah, they had the Indian food.
Yeah, they had Indian food. There was an Asian food truck that I saw. There were several Mexican food trucks. I mean, it was just all different types of food everywhere. There was one Italian food truck that I saw across the lawn that we were going past. Over by the Washington Monument. But they were it's crazy. So if you're ever up there, it's fairly cheap. It's not too crazy. The Smithsonian's are free. You can go and just look at all of the different monuments for free and stuff. So it's a great little road trip. We had a lot of fun. And, I mean, obviously, we got to go and see lots of cool cars.
Thanks.
I forgot. There was the Mustang. that we saw.
That yellow Mustang? What was it?
Um,
1960?
I want to say it was a 1970.
1970?
Yeah, it was a yellow. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
1970
Convertible.
yellow convertible Mustang, and it was gorgeous.
Should've got a
with
picture of
black
it.
pinstripe race stripes on it, black race stripes, and it had the black pinstripes across the side. Oh, it was gorgeous. It was absolutely beautiful. And what was the other convertible that we saw at the end of the day? Oh, it was a Mercedes.
We did?
Yeah, we saw the Mercedes in like the Laffy Taffy.
Yeah. I remember now.
Yeah, because you were the one that saw it and pointed it out.
Oh yeah, at the very last time I remember it was coming past it, was about to walk across the street. Yeah, I remember that.
It was so cool.
That was nice.
So, if you ever go up to DC, just know there's a lot of food, a lot of great cars, and obviously, there was some music while we were up there. It's a hit or miss on the music, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. I don't know. Do you have anything else to say about the trip?
I mean, it was overall good. I mean, I wish I could have seen the Batmobile that you was talking about.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
I was
American History
little
Museum.
upset about that, the American History Museum. So the last time I went, they had the Batmobile there, and I just thought that was the coolest thing. So we were going back and we were trying to find it. Evidently, they didn't have it on display, so that was a little upsetting, considering obviously, this is a car show and we're car guys.
Question, bro. How do you feel about what Tyler said, that how he said Prince was trying to be like Michael Jackson?
Oh my gosh. Okay,
That
don't even get me started.
Like,
I got so mad
Do people
about
really
that.
believe that Prince was trying to be like Michael Jackson?
I hope not. I really hope not. Okay. Let's go. Let's definitely dive deep into the music part of this podcast.
You're more of a music man than me, so
oh my gosh.
Explain it to me.
Okay. So first off, something you brought up a good point. So when we were in the American History Museum, we were looking around and they have one of Prince's guitars. It's his yellow guitar that he has. Super cool, very famous. I mean, he has a ton of different guitars, but that one and his purple one are probably the two most famous guitars that he had. So we were looking at it, and Tyler says, "Oh, hey, that's just another Michael Jackson. He's just trying to be like a Michael Jackson. Why do you think he's so cool?" I got so fired up. I'm not going to lie. It took everything I could in me not to just like punch him right there or slap him across the face. I was like, dude, come on. But no, so, okay. First off, he said, and you made up the point, that because he was like, they look the same.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
He said that Prince was trying to look like Michael. Like,
I was like, dude.
They had the same music kind. I was like,
yeah, no. First off, Prince and Michael Jackson were not. No, Prince, I would say, was more of a rock artist.
Yes.
While he had pop elements and he had some pop songs, I would say he fell more into the rock.
Yeah.
Okay? Michael Jackson was very much so pop. Now we would consider it more, maybe a little bit of classic rock, but he's not really rock.
Yeah.
He's pop, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Beat It, that's definitely a pop song.
Yeah.
Okay? It has rock elements, but it's a pop song. So they're kind of the opposite in that way. So there's the first way that they're the opposite, Tyler. If you're watching this, that's the first way that they're the opposite, okay? The second way, and you said that because they look similar, it's the time period.
Yeah.
And I remember you saying, hey, that's just the time period. They all had similar outfits.
Yeah,
that was the style.
Yeah, that was the style back then.
And that makes sense. And I love that because if you look at any of those kinds of artists from that era, if you look at Led Zeppelin and their outfits with like Jimmy Page's outfit where he has the dragon on his pants and stuff, like that was the thing back then. And Freddie Mercury and David Bowie and Elton John, like those were the kinds of outfits.
Exactly.
Those were your stage outfits. That was part of the persona as a performer that you put on. So there's a couple big differences there. And third, okay, Tyler, if you're watching this, which I know you are, don't be racist. Not all black people look the same. Okay?
Man's black himself.
I know, and that's what's sad. But no, I think they're so drastically different.
Yeah.
Because Michael Jackson didn't, from what I'm aware of, he didn't play guitar. Michael Jackson was a singer and a dancer.
I never I don't think I've ever seen Michael Jackson play the guitar. Actually,
I don't think so.
I don't think I've ever seen this man touch besides he might have touched the piano, maybe.
I think he's played piano.
Yeah, I think he's played piano.
And he may have played some guitar.
Yeah.
Probably.
But he is mainly a dancer.
Probably the most famous of Prince playing a guitar is there's a YouTube video somewhere, I'm sure you can look it up, where Prince plays the solo for While My Guitar Gently Weeps by the Beatles. And, there's Eric Clapton's playing, and there's a whole bunch of these famous musicians playing this song. Prince never sings, physically sings, but he makes his guitar just absolutely sing. And it was probably the most beautiful,
nice little G-wagon,
you would have ever heard anybody sing. And he did it with his guitar. He never did it with his vocals, it was with his guitar. That's kind of the difference. Musically, Prince, I would say, is more of a musician. He understood the music. He wrote his music. He really was able to dive deep into it. And not just learning, how to play and sing, but he created a ton of songs and pieces. And actually, I'm pretty sure when he died, he had a vault that has just hundreds of songs that he had recorded on tape that were never mixed and mastered fully. But he has all of these ideas that are just in a vault that he left behind, and I think that's so cool. Versus Michael Jackson, while he's he's a really cool musician, I wouldn't say he's as much of a musician as I would say he's a performer. He sings and he dances, but from what I'm aware of, Michael Jackson didn't really ever, create any of his songs. I'm not sure that he wrote many of them. Now, he may have helped in the writing process, but he didn't really, from scratch, go, hey, this is exactly how everything needs to sound, right? I think Prince did that. That was his thing. I'm not sure about Michael Jackson. I know that, he helped write songs, obviously. I'm pretty sure he did almost all of his lyrics. But he was a performer. He danced and sang, and he had really, really awesome music videos. I mean, Thriller, it's about that time of year for Christmas, or for
Halloween.
I don't know why I'm thinking about that.
Man, trying to scare me.
For Halloween, which we'll talk about Thriller, I guess, closer to Halloween.
Yeah.
So it's like, there are those things, and his music videos are awesome. I mean, Thriller was something else. That was like a true, okay, musicians, this is what a music video should be. It wasn't just, hey, we're going to walk around holding our guitar. That was, and that's a performer more than a musician. So I think those are the biggest differences. Yeah, that ached my bones, and I was mad. I was so mad. I still am mad, if you can't tell.
You was mad for a good 5 minutes. You was mad for a good 5 minutes.
I just ignored him and walked away after I blew up at him in the middle of the American
History there was a lot of people in there. I was like, yeah, we need to calm down, guys. We need to calm down.
I lost it on him. I was like, oh my gosh, don't say that.
No,
you were laughing. You knew exactly what was going to happen.
I knew exactly. As soon as this man said that, I looked at you. I said, oh, shit. My bad. I'm sorry. I can cuss. I'm sorry.
Oh, my gosh.
Trying to stop. Thinking about, other, singers and songwriters, back in that time, it also makes me think of James Brown, to be honest. Cause,
my gosh.
James Brown has a movie that I really, I've seen it, probably, multiple times, but I want to watch it again just to, remember, his story, his childhood, and, how he grew to be, a singer.
Yeah.
So I'm going to probably listen to some James Brown this week and get back to y'all next week and tell how I feel about it.
I love James Brown. Man.
I love James Brown.
I really, really
I like
James
This Is a Man's World, probably one of my favorite songs.
Okay, so speaking of This Is Man's World, the videos, I don't know if you've seen on TikTok, they're fairly old now, where somebody would set up a speaker and then play the beginning of not A Man's World, but I Feel Good. Yeah. And it would do the screaming, and people would jump. I just think that's absolutely hilarious, and we should try that on Tyler sometime. Especially since he doesn't. He says that Michael Jackson and Prince are pretty much the same. Like, no.
I wouldn't say nobody's the same in music. It's just everybody has their own.
Oh yeah, I
like,
mean everybody has their own creative
everybody has
differences.
their
So that's going to be a big difference. Yeah, I have to agree with that. I mean, as a songwriter and producer and musician,
because me and him were talking about YoungBoy. We were talking about how like a lot of people don't like YoungBoy. Like YoungBoy's like versatile. Like as Tyler said, YoungBoy's versatile because there was a song called I think Guitar Hero. And, like YoungBoy was like singing and it was like rock music. I was like, what? I kind of like the song. I mean, it's YoungBoy. You think he sings about rap, but he also does like rock star music too as well. I think Tyler just told me he made like a country song, so they're like a lot of people can be like versatile. So that's good about music.
I think that's what's great about me. I think that's why we like music and why we like musicians, and I mean that's what creates the greatest musicians and sets them apart from just your everyday someone who just plays. Yeah. Like if you just pick up a guitar and play or piano or whatever it is, that's great. But some of the greatest musicians can play anything, and they do. I mean, take the Beatles, for example. The Beatles pretty much invented the genre of rock. Yeah. They really did. But they were able to play so much more than rock. I mean, they were almost, some would argue that in the beginning, they were kind of more or less a boy band. And I could see that. I would definitely have to agree within the beginning. That's exactly how they started out. And then they had their rock phase. They got into kind of the psychedelic indie rock stuff. I
remember we learned about that in music class.
Yeah, Music 101. Yeah. But they have all kinds of things. So they're versatile. The others are like, Led Zeppelin. While they play rock and blues, if you listen to like Going to California, it's an acoustic song. It's very mellow. It's very chill. And it sets, so they can play all of these other things, just like Elvis Presley. Probably the number one, solo artist in the world, besides maybe Taylor Swift now.
Hey, man, let's not talk about her.
But it's like, that's what sets these musicians apart. Is like Elvis could play anything. Yeah. I mean, he played country and gospel and blues and rock and rockabilly and all of these different genres. He sang soul and everything, anything and everything. And that's what sets these musicians apart because, there's creativity. Yeah. You can do anything.
Kind of
and it's so neat.
Yeah, kind of like Kanye West. I feel like it's like he's versatile as well, too.
Oh, yeah. I think he's a little crazy, but he's got great music. He's a great performer, producer, singer-songwriter. Like, he understands. Those kinds of musicians, they have a very unique way about them. They may play all of these different genres, but they add their own twist to it, and they make it unique, and that's what sets them apart. That's why I think people like Prince, who played, pretty much anything and everything that he could, with anybody and everybody because he could, sets him apart from people like Michael Jackson. While Michael Jackson was awesome and great, and he has phenomenal music, he's more of a performer, not necessarily a musician. And I think there's that I feel like people don't understand that difference between being a singer and a musician. It's like Taylor Swift. While she has, I will agree, there are a few songs that she has that she's written that are just phenomenal songs. Like singer-songwriter, as a singer-songwriter, when you look at them and break them down, it's like, wow, this is great. You use these formulas great, but you add your own twist, and it works really well. But to be honest, she's more of a performer, versus you have other people who actually spend the time to sit down and write their own songs. Like Bruno Mars, for instance, plays pretty much any instrument, but he understands how to move and manipulate each of the genres that he plays, which with like Silk Sonic, right? That band, he was able to take and transfer his kind of pop life and put pop music into this unique kind of almost like an 80s throwback.
Yeah.
And that's really, really cool. And that's what sets musicians and singer-songwriters apart from performers.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's that big difference. So when you're talking about whether Prince and Michael Jackson are the same, they're definitely not. And I think the biggest difference is one is a performer and the other is a musician. And while they have aspects of both, I mean, Prince obviously had a great persona to be able to perform. He performed at a Super Bowl halftime and played Purple Rain, and it just rained. And it was awesome. I mean, it's awesome. Things like that, and that's great. And he was able to perform. I mean, he had his cool guitars and outfits, but he was more in the music.
Yeah.
Versus Michael Jackson was more into the performance, and if he missed a note, big deal.
Yeah.
You know? Versus, it was opposite for each musician, like, you know, it was opposite for Michael Jackson versus Prince and vice versa. They were opposite from one another. So I think those are the biggest things that set them apart, music-wise. So I don't know. Let us know in the comments, I guess. And Tyler, stay out of the comments for that, because I just don't want to hear you talk about how they're the same anymore. You and I might have to fight.
Hey man, we got boxing gloves. We can set this up. And we'll get a video of that too if they actually do it.
I don't know if we're going to do that anytime soon. We got to let it find some time first. School is crazy right now.
Facts, man. These papers are killing me.
It's that time of the semester.
Homework. Man, we're already 6 weeks in. That's crazy.
I know.
9 more weeks, man. It's already crazy.
Okay, so we talked about last week what kind of music we were listening to, and we listened to some soul that we talked about, and some of the same music from last week on our trip to DC Saturday. What other kind of music have you been listening to this week?
I mean, me and Tyler was really listening to like YoungBoy, like I said, YoungBoy.
Y'all always listen.
No. My favorite rapper is Lil Yachty. Lil Yachty's the best, in my opinion. But YoungBoy's up there too. But I listen to Lil Yachty, YoungBoy. That's really about it. I mean, I listened to a little country, a little bit today. Not really that much.
I don't like country.
Like, what's wrong with country? Like, what's wrong with country?
I don't know, man. I just don't like it.
It's not that bad. Like, I listen to a little bit of Hispanic songs that's on my playlist. I just listen to everything. Like, people will think I just listen to rap, but no, I listen to everything really.
Oh yeah.
Like, I got my
I think that's why we're friends.
Yeah, like I'm just open to new music.
Yeah.
I listen to Punjabi music. Like ain't nothing wrong with Punjabi music. Okay. I like that. Like certain music, like Punjabi music and like Hispanic music, like it helps me. Like I like to listen to it while I'm boxing because like it's like kind of upbeat tempo music. It's fast.
Yeah.
And I like to like get like
that reggaeton kind of beat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
It has that rhythm that I just want to like box and be fast with it, be agile. Yeah.
Oh, I like that. No, well, actually, some of the stuff that we listened to the other day when we were driving that I had playing was Italian music because we were singing Tuva Fava Americana. That was awesome. That was so much fun. We were banging along with that.
That is one of my favorite songs.
Oh my gosh, that was a banger.
I remember when that was on like Just Dance 4 for like the Wii when you could like dance to it. I remember it was on that, bro.
No, I think the first time that I heard that was probably on the movie The Talented Mr. Ripley with Matt Damon. And I don't know. That's such a banger, man. That was awesome. Yeah, there were heads bobbing, and we were having a lot of fun singing that one. Yeah,
man, Tyler over there I don't know if he was asleep or he was on his phone, man.
I don't really know.
We gotta get him open up to more music.
We gotta get him outside of the world of rap and get him.
I mean, we listen to one day, like me and Tyler was listening to Katy Perry, Taylor Swift, Iggy Azalea, I think, Nicki Minaj. We were just listening to a lot of female singers one day just for fun.
I don't know. I think Tyler, if you're listening, buddy, we will pry your music taste open and
we'll
shove some other things to listen to into your little brain. I don't know what else. I mean, there's more to rap than just hip hop. Obviously,
man wants to get over so bad.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
People driving crazy in the rain. Like, calm down, man from Florida.
Hate to break it to him, but he's stuck behind me, so it's gonna
But
go
prayers
the
out to the
speed
people
limit.
that been dealing with this hurricane though. For
Oh
real.
my gosh, New York,
Especially like North Carolina,
New
where I'm
York,
from,
North
man.
Carolina,
Asheville,
yeah.
all those floods and those people dying.
Oh my
Got kids looking for their
gosh.
parents, all that. Like prayers out to them people.
North Carolina, you have our prayers. I mean, that's crazy.
I see a lot of people like talking about how like our government is not helping like our like states that's like been dealing with the hurricanes, but they're helping Ukraine and all them.
I don't know. I don't even know what they can and can't do. I mean, it's such a terrible.
Like, they're not giving us like surplus things to like help people in our states.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't done too much research on that.
I haven't either. I just been this is coming up on my phone and news and stuff.
It's a bad deal. The whole deal. There's not really much of a North Carolina left right now. Ain't
the vice president debate
tonight? Yeah, I'm gonna watch that. That'll be interesting.
What time does it come on?
I'm not sure. I think it's either 8 or 9. So
I will probably be doing schoolwork and watching it.
Yeah, a lot of schoolwork. So, all right, folks. Do you have any other closing remarks?
Nah. We're gonna have some more side quests.
We will. And definitely go check out our Instagram, Auto Eats Beat.
Mm-hmm.
We will have the link in the bio down below. Go check it out. We'll have some pictures and maybe a couple short videos.
Yeah.
We did get a video. The one thing we haven't talked about yet are the 2 Ford hot rods that we saw on the way
I thought that's what you were talking about in the earlier. I mean, I got a video before my phone died.
They were so cool.
Yeah, I got this little video.
Yeah,
we posted in there, but that thing looks so nice.
We'll post some videos of that. Go check that out. You can stream us on whatever streaming platform, and yeah, let us know in the comments what your favorite type of music from, let's say, the 80s is. We were talking about Michael Jackson and
James
Prince.
Brown,
So let's tell us what your favorite music, like your favorite songs and artists are in the comments from the 80s. All right. Peace out, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Guys.
Tune in next week.